All right, here we go. Salty rematch. This is War 8. We knew we were going to match Salty. And this war is going to either decide the season for Salty. If they win, they are going to be war champs. If we win, depending on the attack bonus difference, we will be tied in record and either behind, ahead, or tied in attack bonus. So it's the biggest war of the season for both us and Salty. They beat us in the first matchup, and we're looking to beat them today. So starting out on path 2, I have Aves Longshot here. He used to be with us in BG1. Now he took a break, and now he is in Salty. Going to do this fight by just hitting block and pausing my debuffs, right? I don't want to give him a special while he has Pure of Heart. It's too risky to try and dex. So what I'm going to do is, now that he has Pure of Heart, I'm going to keep applying debuffs until I get him just under a bar of power, and then I'm just going to wait it out. And when it's off, I am going to then push him over a bar of power right here, get the Rupture Burst, and then bait the special out of him. That way I don't have to worry about messing up the decks and just getting melted. And then I'm just going to repeat that process. I did not mean to intercept there. And now he's just going to melt from the ruptures that I have on him. Push him over a bar and get the pop. And next up is this Mephisto on node 20. So I removed Dex because if you don't against Mephisto, his soul imprisonment, which normally stops buffs, will also prevent you from pausing, because it will stop you from being able to trigger Dex. So because you can't get that trigger, you won't get the pause. But if you remove the Dexterity Mastery, he has a dodge built into his kit where he can still Dex, except it just, they call it dodge, but it wouldn't actually trigger a buff. So that will allow you to still pause even with soul imprisonment on. So the goal here is when he triggers his aura, I want to stay far away. Although, to be honest, we knew that this war was going to be a big one, and that it might come down to time. It might come down to a 0-0 or a 1-1 tie. You always have to be ready for that against Salty. We've 0-0'd them 2 times, which is pretty big. So there's always a possibility for it. So biggest boost possible for this war. It's and gray boost every single fight, regardless of whether or not you needed it. Like, I invulned for Longshot, I invulned for Mephisto, I'm invulning for this Nova here. I was just checking to make sure that my recording was going. Got the EXP boost on for extra experience per fight. And I'm going to be taking this Nova with Spidey. So this node is Rich Get Richer. Although you can fight Nova with Spidey anywhere, because as he moves across the map towards you, he gets passive power gain, and your Wither just reverses it. So the start of this fight, I didn't get the pause in, and I was like, all right, what are you doing? Time to start paying more attention to the pause. Have half a Wither gone, so going to focus more on that. If he doesn't want to do it, one-hit combos back up to get the pause. I did not mean to try and intercept there, but he was going for it, so I was like, all right, screw this. This Nova seems to just want to do regular hits, so that is what we're going to do. I'm going to get to the special too, and have a good one. And next up is Absman on 51 with Nova. I got Nova Flame on, I got White Mags on. So I don't use Nova. Well, I don't use Torch very often. I don't really like him. I mean, I understand he's a good character. He's very squishy in my opinion. But Nova Flames get the job done. So the goal on this one is I have to counter his special with a heavy, right, to get him out of his form. So I want to do medium lights and medium heavies only if I'm not pushing him over a bar of power, because I don't want to repeat the action of a heavy to give him the prowess puncture from the node. So I'm paying attention to that. So I countered with a heavy there, so I'm going to do medium light here rather than medium heavy, because then he's going to throw a special, and if I duplicated the heavy, he would get that. And he's going down very, very fast. I really considered R5ing Torch for this fight. I'm glad I didn't, because I don't like Torch, but I would have done it if it was necessary. And last up is good old Mangog. BB was laughing about having to do his 20th Mangog fight the other day in chat, and I was like, bro, when you get to like 200, then you can start talking, because that's probably where I am, at least, maybe even more than that. So just quick recap, 3 exhaustions, 2 withers. You get wither from special 2. Make sure you pause your debuffs. Pausing is the most important thing in any Spidey fight. Yeah, from there you're reversing his power. You can hit block. Just make sure you pause, and the fight is under control. He will not get more than 1 or 2 special ones. And that's pretty much a wrap. So, we are going to end up winning this one. We died first in a way that we shouldn't have, which was disappointing, because we thought that might be the end of the war. They went I think 125-0. And then they had a disconnect, which tied it. But technically it put us in the lead because we had them beat on time. And then shortly after that, they dropped 2 more really quickly. Like, all 3 of these deaths came within like a 10-minute time frame. And then they finished with 3. We still had 1. We made it all the way to the last fight, a boss fight. And unfortunately, we dropped 1 there. So we're going to end up winning 3-2. Now, what this means for the season is we have a tied record, and they are 1 attack bonus ahead of us, because they were 2 ahead of us going into this. So the last 4 wars of the season are going to be fucking insane. Every single attack bonus is going to matter. Everybody we face and everybody Salty faces, it's going to be like we're playing each other again, because we're obviously going to be trying to win that particular war, but we're going to be trying to win it with less attack bonus than Salty, and they're going to be trying to win it with less attack bonus loss than us. So it's going to be like we're facing each other, even though we're not actually facing each other, and it's going to be fucking crazy. I really thought that we might be out of this season when we dropped the first death, and yeah, it was pretty crazy to have the war end in the way that it did. Shout out to Salty. I mean, it's amazing having another alliance that are competitors such as you guys. It honestly makes the shit like this incredibly fun. This shit would be boring if every single war throughout the season was just an easy win. So having competitors as you guys, I have great respect for you, and you guys are what makes this game fun, because we fuck around with each other in chats and shit, but I know that we both respect each other. We might troll on each other from time to time, but I know it's all in good fun. And yeah, it wouldn't be the same without having someone like you guys who bring the competition and force us to be at our best, just like we force you guys to be at your best. But good luck to Salty for the rest of their season. It's going to be one hell of a finish, guys, and may the best team win. Thank you very much for watching.